I'm project manager and director of the Be Seen Theatre Company. Be Seen Theatre Company was a project that worked with adults with mental health issues and adults who didn't have mental health issues, and it was a theatre company formed between Crossways Day Centre in Peckham and the Blue Elephant Theatre in Camberwell. So we created a group of about 20 adults, or we recruited a group of 20 adults who came together as a performance company. So let's try from the top of this scene, see how you find it. And then a lot of the time, John, you can be looking forward with your answers as opposed to up at her. Because actually the nice thing is that when everyone's got their memory or their moment, they actually speak to the audience anyway.
Right.
We try it, so you're just speaking at the audience.
Okay.
And so Time to Change gave us a grant to run a project that would help people develop a bigger understanding of what it meant to have mental health issues. Time to Change are very aware that there's still a lot of stigma around mental health. So this project was specifically to kind of raise awareness of what it meant to have mental health issues and to kind of show people that that was on a massive scale and it wasn't just, you know, your stereotypical issues that you were always reading about in the newspaper. And what was brilliant about the project was that everyone who engaged with our group had so much experience and so many feelings around that it created for us a forum to really discuss that very openly, and then to create a performance that would help the audience to then experience that themselves. So what I think was really, really powerful was that everyone walked away with an increased understanding of the fact that just because you have mental health issues, you know, you're totally normal and it can happen to anyone. So we started rehearsing at the Bussey building. We didn't know what we were going to make at that point. You could break the project down into almost 3 stages because it was a year long. The first stage was literally building the group, sort of team building, getting to know who was in the room and forming a quite strong core group that would then go on to create the performance. At the end of stage 1, we looked for a scriptwriter that would come in and work with the group in order to write a script for them to develop. And the group itself auditioned 2 script writers and they picked one of those. So we worked with Dom McHale. Dom then wrote the second stage of the project was then to create a 20-minute scratch performance. So Dom wrote a script, it was called Ssshh, or Shush, however you want to pronounce it. And we created a 20-minute scratch performance. So we were off the script, but it was a very short version. And we took that to an intergenerational event in Southwark, where it was performed as part of a day looking at intergenerational work. On the back of that, Dom then developed that 20-minute script into a 50-minute script. And then we had a very short amount of time, it felt like a very short amount of time, to actually produce and develop that to a full-scale performance. So you could just use this chair as being here 1 minute, not moving all the time, and then deciding. At the end of your scene, the last line is, yeah, sure, is that right?
That's right, yeah.
What I'd like you to do is stand up, take off your coat. It's almost like quite hard to take it off, because this is your jacket, isn't it? Your smart jacket.
Right.
This is what it's going to be. Hand it back to Di, and Di just take it off.
Right, that's after saying yeah, sure.
Yeah, so it's almost you get to the end of your speaking.
Okay.
So it's almost like Di brings it off you and takes it off you.
Okay.
Should we try and see what it looks like? A library was a venue the group thought was a good setting for the play. Through a lot of conversation we were having around people dealing with mental health issues, people felt like a library was a sort of safe space that different people would use. So it kind of felt like it could be an interesting location for different stories of different people to come together. And the play was really like that. It just consisted of about 16 different people who were coming in and out of the library, and the different stories they had to share, and you sort of had an insight into their different characters and their different lives. We worked up to it, people, obviously we cast that, we had rehearsals but not a lot, we were just mainly having one a week, and then when we got to production week we had quite a few more, and we had about 4 days actually in the theatre itself with the full set where we could practice. And that's in the middle, and everyone's dancing. It's great that, we got right here. And then staff.
I've lost it. I've lost it. Sorry? Have you got a spare? It's quite important. Excuse me. Excuse me, sorry. Have you got a spare pen?
No.
Oh.
I said no, Alright.
Alright. There you go. Thanks.
I think it was hard. I think it was a hard project because I think it did require that people had to commit a lot of time, and it was tiring at the end, you know, because we had 4 performances in a row. We had a matinee and an evening performance on the Thursday, and then we had one on the Friday and one on Saturday, and also we got overbooked for all the performances. So we were obviously, at first we were worried about filling the theatre, but then it turned out that we were overbooked. The feedback of the audience was really good, and people said that they were very impressed by what they saw, and it helped them to reconsider elements of mental health. And also it meant that we could then, after the performance, meet the audience and have the one-to-one conversations. So obviously that was a really important part of the event as much as the performance itself. I think the performance went really well because people were very committed to making it happen. And I know it was hard in terms of people's time and energy, but I think the group was very, very strong by the end. And it was almost like they wanted to do anything to kind of create it the best performance they could. And I think people really developed along the process. I think it was such a new thing for a lot of people. And it was also such a big challenge, you know, because we're working with people that are maybe very unconfident, and they were standing up each night in front of like 50, 60 people to perform. So it was a big deal what people were doing.
You see, I've never been a good climber, even as a kid. Oh, but my team, they helped me! And I couldn't believe it. But I went for it. Oh, I'll try. I really tried, and I couldn't believe it. But I was up there, and it was higher than I'd ever imagined. I'd done it. I'd climbed this wall.
I think the actors were very impressed by what we achieved, because actually what we did it like there was a lot of people on stage, and we had a very short amount of rehearsal time, and the script was technically quite complicated. So I think the actors were quite surprised that we actually managed to pull it off to the extent we pulled it off, because I felt by the time it was actually seen that it was actually at a really good standard, but we didn't really have a lot of time to get there. So I think the actors were quite proud of the fact that we got there. Obviously that was based on their efforts, and I think all of them discovered something or rediscovered something of themselves as being part of that process. So the feedback people were saying was like that, you know, it was the sort of thing they'd never done before. They couldn't believe that they could kind of do that kind of thing, and it helped them really be able to speak out and feel a lot more confident.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Everybody! Thank you. No, it's not important. We need to focus in. We need to focus and to think. This is important, what I've got to say. What I've got to say is important. Has anybody seen To Sow With Love?
Sydney Potter.
Bingo!
To sow with love.
Right. At one point, he dumps the curriculum. He dumps it.
What's the sorry, what did you say again?
The curriculum, the lessons, what they're getting taught in school. He dumps it. It's a pivotal point in the film. He bins it. Sidney Poitier, he takes these books in the film and he actually throws them into the bin. And he's like, forget that. It's brilliant. It's symbolical, it's metaphorical, and it's utterly logical. It's brilliant. He dumps the curriculum and then he gets real.
As part of the Be Seen project, we also created, because we worked with a filmmaker, which was a really good part of the project, we created a Vox Pops film, and the way the group made it was Howard, the filmmaker, took a small group of the group out onto the street and they were interviewing people in Peckham about what they thought when they heard the words mental health issues. So it was kind of trying to get a public opinion around what people's feelings were around mental health issues. We made that, and then right at the end of the Be Seen project, we then created with the group a workshop that involved the Vox Pops that we then took out to different community groups, which they would sort of lead with me, and basically it was again raising awareness around mental health issues and kind of creating one-to-one conversations and running activities and exercises that would help people talk about and think about mental health issues. Yeah, I think it was a really powerful project, and I suppose the sad thing is feeling like we'd like that group to continue, and at the moment we haven't got funding to do that, because what I think was for me the strongest thing was the sense of the community that group created, and the sense of it didn't matter who anyone was, if they were coming from a mental health day centre or if they were coming from just the general community. There was no prejudice within the group. The age group was brilliant. We had like people as young as 18 right up to nearly 80. So I think that was a fascinating mix to have in the group. So for me, that was the real achievement, was that group. And also the fact that some of those members of that group were part of our steering group who actually made the sort of decisions around running the project. So there was a lot of elements of the project that involved people in lots of kind of important ways.
My name's Patricia Riley. The part that I played in the play was on the reception desk, so I was one of the workers in the library. I was Terry.
Oh, 8 DVDs you said?
Yes, when you eventually take it out, we'll give you a free one.
Oh, to keep?
No, not to keep.
No?
No,
Oh.
to lend.
Still, that's very good. The only trouble is, I don't have a DVD player.
So coming into the project, I really came along to support it. I wasn't particularly going to act in it, but in the rehearsals I enjoyed the acting part. In fact, I was going to come and help with the camera part and learn about the camera side of things, but I found myself with a part in the play.
DVDs, CDs, all free of charge?
But you have to be a member.
Wow, excuse me?
You need to take a membership.
Why? This is the library,
Yes.
free to the public,
Yes.
which I'm already a member of. The general public, I'm already a member of that, yes? So why do I have to be a member of the library? is a cat.
The character of Terry, I thought I came up with this feeling that she had an obsessive compulsive disorder. So I woke up one morning and I was thinking, oh, right, let's research what happens when you've got obsessive compulsive disorder. And I've got a friend who has, who experiences it, so I kind of had an idea.
See, I like making it. It's the making of the tea that I like. I like making a nice cup of tea.
Tea's good.
I'm all over the shop if I don't make one in the morning.
What I got from it was I really enjoyed going every week, and there were a couple of weeks that I missed, and I actually really missed meeting up with the rest of the cast and the rehearsals. The first night I came in pretty late, and I wasn't there from the beginning. I think I started midway through November, and the first night that I came in, you would never have known that I was coming into a group that had already started rehearsing, and well, they hadn't got the script at the time, but it was really welcoming, and yeah, by the end of the night I felt like I'd been there from day one. It was fantastic. The script really brought out a lot of stories without being blatant about it. Yeah. And I really enjoyed it. I can't wait for the next one.
My name is Eddie Smith. I got involved through Crossways Day Centre, and when they had drama classes, and I joined the drama class and it went on from there. Dixie Dean.
Oh, hello, Dixie Dean.
Sorry?
Is that not your name?
Dixie Dean's a footballer, Evertonian. Never heard of him.
Is it modern?
No, but he was an internationally known figure.
Oh.
The character I played was Bob, and he was a nightclub owner, and I liked to go to the library every day. I used to like to cause a little bit of trouble. But he was basically a bit loud, but genuine bloke, I think. Hello, yes. Lucky lad. All of it, please. Thank you. Sorry. I feel so ashamed. It's on vibrate. Sorry.
I'm looking for a book. I need to find a book.
That's Andy. Some of the process I didn't like because sometimes it was cold and we had to go to the Bussy building down a bit of a way to rehearse. But I'm glad we did do that, and I really enjoyed doing the play, and I got a lot of satisfaction from it. I got a sense of achievement that I achieved from it, and I realised I got more confidence than what I thought I had. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You've given me a different book here.
Oh.
I ordered Dixie Dean, and you've given me 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
It doesn't matter. If you can't find it, like, I'll hold on to it if you want. Just for now, no problem. It's not bad. If you find it, just let me know. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
My name is Liz Morland, and I played the character of Barbara in the play.
You've seen Miranda?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I don't know. Wait a minute. No, I did actually.
She was outside the laundrette. She didn't look well. I didn't say hello.
Miranda?
Miranda who? I thought you was talking about Sandra.
No, Miranda, off the telly, Miranda!
Oh, Miranda!
Yeah, well, I'm a member of Crossways and I was interested in the drama group that they have here, and they organised a Be Seen project, a theatre company, which was launched by volunteers from the Crossways Centre, and that's how I got involved with doing the performance of Ssshh. I was thinking, right, this is just a thought. A bit scary, I know, me thinking. You know what I'm like, a bit crazy. Please bear with me.
Okay.
Forget the book club. Forget it. What about a DVD club? Come round to mine. You haven't been there before. You can see where I live. Food, cushions, bread. You know I'm a good host, that's why I'm single. No, seriously. DVD club. I've thought about it quite a bit and I think it's a winner. Well, yeah, I did enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it at the start though, because I found it very hard. It was like walking up a hill and thinking, how am I going to get to the top of this? And I nearly dropped out halfway through and rolled back down the hill. But I got there and I went to the workshops in the cold and the rain of the winter, and just carried on doing it, and we became, because everyone else joined in as well, going through the rain and the cold, and everyone was there and made the effort to come, then we became a strong theatre company, and that, you know, that was brilliant.
Okay, let me see. Charles Dickens, Oliver Twist. And you also have
Someone's been using my library.
Diary of a Bagman.
It should be, it's got a noise up there.
Someone's been using my library card.
And Pet Shop Boys.
It must be my son. Oh, Pet Shop Boys, yeah, it's him. He's stolen them. Well, I didn't know the character of Barbara at the beginning. I thought, oh, you know, I saw her lines in the script and I thought, well, what's she all about? But I developed her into a middle-aging woman coming up to retirement kind of thing, early retirement. And I developed her into an intolerable woman where she didn't have a lot of sympathy for people, and she wanted her friend, Connie, her friend, wanted her to listen to her and be more sympathetic with her. And I think by the end of the play, I think she was a little bit more sympathetic, but not much.
Sorry I'm late.
Are you?
Yes!
So am I. I've been here ages.
Do you want me to sit down?
What are you doing still standing up?
I'll sit down then.
A simple text would have been enough. Performances were amazing. It was tiring, but I got complete buzz out of it. And I will do it again. I'm ready to do the next one if something else comes up. And it's just like, I feel like a star.
I think I might join that DVD club.
Well, you know, it's only just an idea.
It'd be good to socialise. I can check out the DVDs.
Yeah, sorry, I've got to go. I don't want a parking ticket. It's been the morning. Bye.
Bye.
My name is Pat, and my character in the play was Anne. She was the library manager or librarian of the library in which Ssshh took place in.
Yes?
People on phones. Phones.
Do you know the complaint procedure?
What's the telephone number? Come on, what?
Do you want to make a complaint? Are you okay?
Oh, yes. Yes.
And it was interesting being the character Anne. First and foremost, the name Anne, one of my best study buddy was Anne, who I worked with when I trained into librarianship, who died of swine flu. So it was very poignant to me, that name. Okay, so that was a pleasant surprise, chosen by Dominic again, without knowing about this. So it was a pleasure in a way acting out as the name Anne. The library manager, it was good because, in my opinion, it was important to capture mental health to the degree where it showed it didn't discriminate as to who it reached. And those who may be in a professional position, I found that the aftermath of the play pointed that out to me. They had no idea they had certain issues. So in my opinion, I thought it was important to reflect mental health at every level, include and not to exclude the professionals or those in professional position, because my character revealed that, and I think I was trying to put across the message of the silent sufferer, the person who may have no voice, not seen, and live a very isolated life. Therefore, their needs go undetected, unattended to, and you know what I mean, they could suffer even worse than those who've got the biggest bark. So I think I was trying to portray the professional being as someone who had a mental health, maybe unaware of it, undiagnosed, obsessed with paper structure, relying on that, an evasive approach, not taking real action.
Everything okay? Yes, yes. Let's go.
Oh, busy morning. Fancy a cuppa?
It's not lunchtime yet.
Oh.
Did you read the volunteer handbook you were sent?
No.
It had all the rules regarding lunch break. Excellent.
But I didn't get a copy.
It was a reflection also of her personal being and life at that point in time. As Anne was and was actually going through a marital breakdown and was finding it very hard to cope, and she was literally falling apart. She had no idea or means to tackle this situation. She just knew it was there and wanted it to go away. So in her role, it was great to hide behind procedures and policies to refer individuals to as opposed to take action. And I think that was a true reflection of herself. She was basically suffering in silence, quietly, and clearly none of her peers or working colleagues knew about it.
What do you lot say? I think you said enough. I think you should leave as well.
I helped you out.
I think everybody should leave. I think we should close the library and have done with it. And it's okay, it's alright. It's not alright. It is not alright.
Shall I make you a cup of tea?
Yeah.
The main thing for me, I'm going to say, is the fact that we had lots of laughter. Loads of laughter, which wasn't apparent in my opinion from the beginning, so that we built on that and that's materialised. That laughter built relationships and encouraged togetherness, and we were able to share our negatives and positives, our discomforts and our comforts, break the barrier there. That was a successful beginning to any work being the way it turned out to be. So the relationship we developed and we built on helped us work together, become comfortable with each other. I say this because, remember, I didn't know many of the others from Crossways. We became so comfortable with each other, we developed a relationship to the point where we could request to meet each other and work together without being with Jen, who's the director. So that was a sign for me to show that we've really done a good job in learning about each other, individuals who may have been reserved before I saw development come forward, were able to laugh at themselves, which I didn't recognise in the beginning. So the self-development journey I witnessed, and people became more open and free, which I'm guessing wasn't the case before. So this project, I think, has developed people's personality, have identified gaps within themselves that they may have not known they've had, and also qualities, good qualities. So it's been a fantastic, that's the only thing I couldn't speak about, because it's about people growing, and then everything else around it is possible. So yeah, well, it was a good thing. It paid off. Busy or fizz, depending on where the staff called me, whatever. And I love libraries, and this one in particular. And it says, you come here every day. And you think the staff are brilliant. So it's hard to digest you, wondering who you are, because I've never had this problem before. You've created a barrier, they can't get through. You're giving me a hard time.
It's great because you brought so much with you, and it was just, you know. So let's go to John's character. So let's just feed back what we got from John's character.
My name is Lorraine and I played Connie.
Well, I had an appointment, but I didn't get there on time.
Were you late for that too?
Sorry,
I'm joking, you don't have to be sorry.
but I am. It keeps happening.
Well, you're here now, and I'm here for you.
Barbara.
Honey one.
I got involved with the BC project by being involved with Crossways. I was already involved with a group called Acting Up, run by Jen, and Jen introduced me to the BC project. Barbara, I'm sorry I was late. I'm trying to keep things simple. Talking's great, but it can get complicated.
Now turn and talk to the audience, I just want to see the difference.
Because if I talk, you have to listen. Yes, I've got a lot of fun out of it, and it's been totally enjoyable. And I think that the cast that I've been with, well, for the want of a word of a better word of cast, because it's like friends now. I mean, they're totally nice people. Everybody, not just the people that I've acted with, but everybody that's been part of this production. And we've got on so well, and we've had such a laugh. And it's been so enjoyable. And besides that, with all that fun that we've had, we've managed to do something useful in the play by getting across a message about people with mental health, which has been really useful. And the feedback we've had is about, generally, people can relate to some part of that play, they can take something away with them, and it can give them a different approach to how they used to see people with mental health, and begin to understand them differently. And if we've got that message across, you know, whilst having so much fun, it's been really worthwhile in more ways than one.
Barbara, I'm really sorry I was late. And I'm trying to keep things simple. Talking's great, but it can get complicated, because if I talk, you have to listen. And you don't want to do that, do you? I mean, you're not on your own. Nobody wants to. I did tell you that I've been at the doctor's all morning, and I wasn't listened to for ages. In fact, I wasn't listened to at all. All the time I was there, they didn't hear me. But you know,
the funding from Time to Change came to an end sort of in July, August. Since then we've had funding at the Blue Elephant to run a project for young people exploring mental health issues, and we've created a new play that we're touring into young people's projects and schools at the moment, and that is about, again, a similar thing, helping young people identify and speak out about their own mental health and well-being. Also, Be Seen, some of the other actors in Be Seen got funding to do some more work around helping people around employability, which they've been doing through Forum Theatre workshops. And there's hope that we will secure funding so the Be Seen project can run again and develop a kind of another way of working, because we're just really keen to keep that group together. We also still run Acting Up, which is based at Crossways Day Centre, which works with a lot of the people that were involved in Be Seen. And in fact, some of the people that weren't involved in Crossways originally have now come into the Acting Up group. So that's how it's sort of moving forward.
Do not make me drag you out!
Please, Mike, please, Mike, please.
That's an order! Get up and out!
Please, please.
Get up and out!
Please, please.
Up and out!
Please.
Out? I'm sorry.
What?
This is a library, not a hostel.
We can't know that.
This is a table, not a bed.
Oh, I know that.
You need to leave.
You can't kick me out.
People sleeping, mate.
I wasn't.
You cannot sleep in here.
So I feel this project was very successful for a number of reasons. I feel the group that came together learned an incredible amount from one another. And then I feel like everyone who participated as either an audience member, as someone in a one-to-one conversation, or as part of a Vox Pops workshop, went away with a deeper understanding of what it might be like to live with mental health issues. A lot of the work was quite personal, so in the one-to-one conversations there was a real connection of this is what someone's life is like, and a real sort of sense of a personal connection. So everyone came away sort of feeling inspired by either a story they'd heard or a character they'd seen in the play or something they'd heard in the Vox Pops film. And it opened up so much debate and discussion, and basically people were generally saying, you know, we need to talk about this more. This isn't something that we have enough awareness of. This isn't something that we're able to comfortably talk about. And I feel like what it really raised was a sense of people really engaging with what mental health is, general mental health on whatever scale it's on, but also a sense of why it was so important to come together and talk about it.
Insecure, for it is all